Because I don't care what they're like, no matter what, like that's a right you don't get to do. You don't get to do that.
I don't
That's
eat
not
mayonnaise.
covered in the Bill of Rights or the Constitution.
I don't eat it just like. Does anyone eat it by itself? Like,
That's
I don't
gross.
mind it on like sandwiches and wraps and stuff.
Yeah.
But I make our
Mayonnaise is
mayonnaise.
only acceptable as one thing, and that is as a frying fat. If you are like grilling like buns or something for a burger, or like doing a grilled cheese, because it actually works pretty well for
I've
that.
heard about it on
like
grilled
instead
cheese.
of butter.
When I was younger, I had it with grilled cheese.
But as anything else, like if you just put cold mayonnaise on a ham sandwich, you're
You all
an animal,
disgust
and I
me.
don't want to talk to you.
Okay, so what do you put on your tomato sandwich?
Who eats just tomato sandwiches? What are we,
What?
like
Making a
in
lot of
medieval
assumptions that
times?
means
We
tomato
have other
sandwich.
things
Why?
than tomatoes. What are you just eating tomatoes for?
Okay, I don't have it often, but sometimes I would have a tomato sandwich where it's white bread, of course, mayonnaise, tomatoes that had salt and pepper on them, and then another piece of bread with mayonnaise.
Just choose the far more superior options, like ranch dressing, which is basically just like mayonnaise, but far superior.
Or just don't have any of those things and have
Or
something
just don't have any of
tasty.
I
those
mean,
things.
it's like a
Like,
BLT
grilled
without
cheese.
the B and the L.
Yeah, like people who put mayonnaise on BLT. We are getting so
You
sidetracked,
have to.
guys.
What do you
Jesus
put on
Christ.
your BLT if you don't put mayonnaise?
No,
Ranch,
no,
woman. I put that on everything.
I might have to try that. Yeah, we'll
I
switch
don't
to
like
tea.
so.
Anywho,
Lord. Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
we'll say I
so
once had a grilled cheese with pesto, and that was amazing. That's a good choice.
a mac and cheese grilled cheese.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
I
Oh,
must do this now. I must create this.
oh.
I'm gonna try this.
Have you ever had a grilled peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
I was not a fan. I've had it.
Same.
It was
too messy for me.
it was
Guys,
too
It
why
does
do
get
we
messy.
distracted so easily when we're trying to continue with this campaign?
we haven't talked in a long time all together in one room.
That's true.
And
I mean,
partially to mess with Will at this point.
I mean, we're at the point in a story where we're kind of in a lull. We're just getting a whole bunch of lore.
This is in character. We're
So,
talking about this.
yeah. So Shane is so upset at Fortress because he dissed my tomato sandwich I was making.
Disgusting.
wait, why were you making tomato sandwiches? We still have scones in there.
We have so many
We're
scones.
gonna eat scones for 7
I even got
meals
little
in
coffee
a row?
cups. We can finally have the chocolate chip scones.
Oh no, that's you. Well, I mean, I should be able
Well-
to have some. I gave them M&Ms.
While you guys eat your 13th scone for lunch, I'm going to have a tomato sandwich. I don't even know if it's
We ain't having
lunchtime.
scones.
But
Oh, I threw out all the mayonnaise, by the way. That stuff's disgusting. Didn't
good
need it.
good thing I can make my own. We have oil, eggs, and lemon juice. That's all I need.
If I wasn't being possessed right now, I'd throw out all the tomatoes.
Anybody want a sandwich?
Oh yeah, he's in a. Oh wait, let's go back.
Are we
to the
are we
recap.
at the time where we can actually have a
I
sandwich?
don't know. I was trying to tie it in somehow. Bill, what's going on?
Yeah, could someone give a recap of what happened last week? I think we should just start with that.
Hey,
Cody
people.
got possessed. He
Yes.
smashed a sink and was covered in blood of some kind. We locked him into the prison cell underneath, and the demonologist is looking over him, and trying to basically figure out what it is. She came to some kind of conclusion, but she just kind of muttered to herself and didn't really give us very cryptic answers about what it might be. But has to do more research.
Yeah.
And then we had an argument about scones and mayonnaise and
Yeah, like that. That one just seemed to come out of nowhere. So,
all while Mercy is being possessed slowly by the demon sword inside of him,
Oh,
potentially.
don't worry. The demon also agrees that they would throw out the tomatoes as well.
All right, real quick, everyone, shout out to B-Borp.
Beborp.
I mean, I hope that's how you say the name.
Exactly how Cody
Wait,
said
what kind of
it.
shout out is this? Did they do
I don't
something
know.
awesome?
They just came in and said.
Do I need to
said
tattoo
hello.
Beborp across my chest?
Yes.
I mean, I already have. Like,
Oh.
I know when today it's gonna go to work.
I will put the name right next to Alex's.
Yo, straight up, not gonna lie, I'm only 500 beard points away from becoming VIP.
Oh, really?
Ooh.
What's
Yeah.
VIP?
Oh,
Lindsay, I
yeah.
don't think it matters to you because you and Alex are both
I
We're
have
mods.
30.
your mods, so you don't need
I
to have
have
it.
33,244 beard points.
Is
that enough?
God.
Wait, let me get the VIP first.
Well, no, I don't think Lindsay needs it because she's a mod.
Okay.
What
Is
crap?
that one of the things?
So,
Yes.
okay, really quick before we get too off in the weeds,
Yes.
VIP gives you a
Oh.
little tiny badge that basically says, "Hey, I'm special." It also allows you to do some things, like if it's in slow mode, you
that.
can speak more often. If you were to do two repetitive messages in a row, they would both go through. It also allows things that Automod would normally grab. It allows them to pass through that Automod would grab as questionable. Like when Will said waifu a few times, Automod grabbed that as something bad to say for some reason. But if he's
It
VIP,
just had-
he can say waifu all he wants.
I love all the stairs. Okay, did that something new you had?
Yeah, it was something today.
Oh, okay. I
but-
thought I was going crazy. I'd missed out on this.
But now we need to give another shout out to B-Borp for
B-Borp.
following.
Yeah, Beborp. Thanks for
So,
the follow.
do I have the
And whenever he
most-
followed, there was so many emotes that showed up on my screen.
Do I
I was
have-
like a little
I
overwhelmed.
love that.
Do I have the
Also,
most?
Alex, why are all of your emotes squished on my screen?
I only have squished Ian's. I paid to modify and got them squished.
Oh, okay, that's hilarious.
So I've squished Ian's. That's what you can do with modify emotes, is you can,
I didn't know squish was
You
an
added
option.
that
That's
to
beautiful.
gifted.
Yes, I added the gifted sub one.
All right.
Challenge
yeah,
accepted
so
means that you have to give Nick a challenge and he has to do it.
No. I don't have to do it. It just
Within
has to be within reason, and I'll decide, if I can or
So
would do
I
that.
guess technically you could challenge him to derail this
Um,
entire
but
session.
Like I'll
But, we're doing
but
that
if I don't
anyway.
accept that challenge, I'll allow you to give me another one, because there was one time where Merciless came in and we were playing Overwatch, and he challenged me to play Widowmaker for the rest of the time we were playing Overwatch, and I accepted it and I did that. I don't know why Lindsay wasn't a fan, because I feel like I was doing pretty good towards the end, but we weren't
You can
winning
also,
because I
like,
wasn't a healer.
refund back the points as well. You can give the points back.
Yeah, I can give the
Yeah.
points back, but
If you're like,
Okay.
I can't do that.
I'm ready.
I'm ready as well.
okay.
I'm gonna use a challenge accepted. Kill Matt.
No!
I don't think I could do that one. I won't do that one.
That challenge.
No!
I won't do that one.
Lindsay's reaction to kill Matt.
I'm very lucky that I didn't have enough for challenge accepted when you were doing Mario Sunshine, because I really wanted to challenge you to get all of the blue coins in that lava area.
Don't kill
Oh.
Matt.
That would have been a good challenge, right?
Yes, that would have been a good
content.
challenge, and I probably would have. I probably would have gone insane.
I think that hurt my heart when someone said kill Matt. Okay.
Challenge.
No, we
accepted.
stand, Matt.
We do stand Matt. Matt is our special boy that we will keep alive.
What's that? Stab Matt? What?
Old, I don't know what stand means.
We're a fan of Matt.
We're a fan of Matt.
We're
Okay.
a fanatic. Like Stan, like if you stand someone, you're like a super fan.
Only stands, bro.
I got you.
Stan?
Oh,
Please.
new website idea.
Okay.
Yes, so things. Mercy's downstairs in the root prison.
Oh, we also got a prosthetic limb for Richard
yeah.
here.
You got a prosthetic limb for Richard Greer. Greer.
We go back and forth. His name's one of the two.
Yeah.
Carmen is doing some research. Did you guys knock out Mercy, or is he just chilling?
He is.
Chilling.
I think we
I'm
did
knocked out.
knock him out
I'm knocked
eventually.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Grab-
you used your holy
Yeah.
light.
Yo,
Well,
yeah, holy light incapacitated him.
He holy lighted me while Grab went and got the knockout
Because
needle.
we put in that we gave him, what was it? They put holy water on him and he started, or no, it was iron. And he started to
Oh,
convulse
yeah,
and
I
scream
remember
and tried
now.
to attack us, and I holy lighted him till he passed out.
Yeah, the iron handcuffs.
Yeah. Oh, they changed all the character sheet is so new.
Yes, the character sheets look like comic books. And your character sheet costs your hero level in cents,
I like
which I
that.
thought was pretty funny.
Did you do that, or was that just an update?
It's just an update.
I like it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Wolfie, that was.
But yeah, so you guys also found out a few sessions ago some more information about Charlie and Christopher Hest and everything going on with them. And also a little bit about Papa Don.
Pizza? Papa Don's pizza?
Yes.
Yeah, Papa Don's pizza. So you guys can investigate that further, or basically just wait for Carmen to come out of her hidey hole with some information.
I was gonna say something, but we're streaming, so I can't.
That bad, huh?
Were you gonna say something about Carmen's hidey hole?
Ah, you caught me, Will.
That's messed up. For shame.
That's probably where Carmen San Diego is.
In Carmen Kruger's hidey hole?
Yes.
Lindsay.
Yes, the corruption lives.
Sorry, I couldn't pass that up.
That was
All
a
right.
lot nicer than what I was going to say. Trust me. Oh man.
All right,
Yeah,
what was
so
our
you
options
guys
again? Sorry.
To pursue more about the Hests, Papa Don, or to wait for Carmen.
I have a question, Fortress? Does Papa Don have like some sort of business like front to like? Because don't a lot of like crime bosses have like?
Well, I mean, of course, there's a bunch of them for laundering his money. I mean, you don't just keep with one, obviously. You need multiple, revenue streams to keep this going.
Does he have a pizza restaurant?
I mean, that's one of them, yes.
Okay.
There's a lot of them, and they're all on the front legitimate businesses, but they have a lot on the back end going through because, that's one of the more legitimate ones. Is his pizza
Gotcha.
restaurant. I think it was meant to be a front, but then just he hired the right person. They made really good pizza, and now that's just a legitimate business he runs. I don't really think he launders anything with that anymore.
They probably partner with the NFL too, like
They
special
used
promotions. Okay.
They used to, and then now they are again after, the puppet he put in charge said a few racist things.
Who has it?
I mean, I haven't. I speak for yourself on that one. I think you've outed yourself a little there.
No,
Shane.
I was, Paula Dean's had her moment. Your hair ever? No, your hair is short. It gets stuck in my glasses.
Oreo. Sorry, Oreo is making really gross licking sounds.
Lick, 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 lick.
Okay. I don't know why I asked that, but
I don't know. I'm over here, wanting to do the find out the more information, but we have to wait on what's her face, the
Yeah, we
cougar.
can do something else while she's. I mean, like we can't really help her very much.
Do we know
Very
about
good
how
at everything
long?
the Treebeard has available to her. So I mean,
Do we know about how long?
In game, you have no idea. Out of
Okay.
game, it can take 2 seconds if you guys just say skip to the end.
skip to the end.
Oh,
I mean, we
That's
also
like
do we have to
Yeah.
hold
Charlie has-
circle?
Charlie and
Yeah,
Crystal
you have to hold
situation.
circle.
Okay.
Like between Charlie and Christopher Hess, like we have leads on them and their ages. But I mean, I
Yeah.
guess I don't know
Oh.
if we have any leads on where they came from, where
There
they
was
go.
something after that I realized after our last session that I was
Cotton Eye
supposed to
Joe.
tell you, and I forgot.
Uh-oh.
I mean, y'all technically heard it when it happened when what's his face and I went to that place. But
that tells me a lot.
But in game, I forgot to tell y'all, but I don't remember what it was. So
I mean, we saw the ages. That's all I know about, and that's all I have written down. Is the fact that Charlie is 38 and Christopher is 41, but Christopher looks like a small child, and so he had some kind of accident or something, and is a babby now.
yeah, there was
He's
a
been even buttoned
major.
himself.
There was a major blackout during the awakening. Charlie checked him out. No clear reason why. Picture was of a man. He was, in an accident, traumatic brain injuries, memory loss, doesn't remember. 7. He's a child. No family listed other. Oh, there was a Dr. Carl Wilson. I think I needed to track down.
Yep.
So you gonna do that?
Yeah. Track down Carl Wilson. Carl!
Coral, you created a monster.
You keep going.
I keep going. What?
Good.
I'm waiting on you to.
I'm gonna clickety clack away and going to track down Carl.
Yeah, you find 2 different addresses for Carl Wilson in the Chicago area. One seems to be a small apartment nearby the hospital that he worked at. And then another is appears to be an actual like residence, a house out in the outskirts to the west of town.
Okay, what time of day is it?
I don't remember. I think it's like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock.
Okay, so it's not too
5
late
o'clock
to
rock?
go to go
Nice.
visit. Hey guys, since we're waiting on Carmen here, does anyone want to go with me to check out this Carl Wilson?
Can you give me some information on this dude?
Wilson? Oh, I did not. Well, he was Charlie. No, other ones. Christopher. Yeah. Yeah. Nope. I'm confused.
Do you know?
Christopher, the child. Yes. He was Christopher's doctor while he was at the Central Chicago, Illinois Mental Health Institute. IMH. And I've got 2 addresses for him. I'll be right back.
When was he at the Institute?
What?
I was asking how long ago was he at the Institute? I mean, if he's 41, like, do we know when this happened?
He checked out.
Like, we could be up a bad lead if this doctor's like an old man. Dead
He was admitted in 2015 and checked out like.
Gotcha,
It's in my notes somewhere. I'll be back.
Lindsay will be right back.
Fantastic.
Well, do any of y'all want to go with Shane?
I mean, I'm down for it. Otherwise, we're just gonna be sitting around here waiting.
I mean,
Just
it's either we. Mercy is out. So, well, then I
Yeah.
think maybe one of us should only go. Because what would happen if Mercy wakes up? Or
I mean, that's true. We might need to be here for Mercy. Between the two of
And-
us, we can restrain him.
and wouldn't want to leave Carmen here with.
Well, I mean, Treebeard can tell us if something's going wrong, and me and you can be back here in an instant. We are forgetting that.
Oh, that is true.
Like, we can be back very quickly if something were to go wrong.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure the soldiers they can hold down the fort for that little time, from Treebeard telling us and teleporting back.
See, I think Treebeard can hold down the fort more than the small soldiers. If anything.
Hey, they're right there.
Look, they're wonderful scouts. They're good
But
at
they're
recon.
right there. You gotta boost up, their
Look, I gave them coffee. I boosted up their morale more than anyone else here at this point. I have them
I know
awake.
those M&Ms. Those
I
soldiers love
gave
M&Ms.
them M&Ms.
But I gave them equal rights to having coffee in a mug that was their size.
That's true.
Yeah, but I was just over here just trying to boost their morale by saying, that they can hold down the fort, that we trust them. That's all I was
Dude,
doing.
I'm just talking realistically here.
But you had to do it
That-
where they can
that
hear
idiot-
you.
That idiot comes out with a sword swinging, like.
Then Treebeard will let us know. You just have to let them know, that they are important.
Look, I'm trying to keep them safe, and not
They will
just
be
let them
safe.
be cannon fodder in front of us to buy time until we can come stop him.
They will be
You will
safe.
put them out there on the front lines to be cannon fodder, to be a distraction. That's what will happen. And who's going to pay the price for this? Matt. He's going to try and
What?
kill Matt the second he gets a chance.
That's true.
What about Matt?
Oh, nothing, Shane. Don't worry.
We were just trying to figure out who was going to go with you. Or both of us were going to go.
Yeah, we can both go because we can both come back quickly and save Matt.
Yeah.
From what? What are we saving Matt
from being all alone here and having to watch cameras for so long, and he's really putting in a lot of overtime. We want to make sure we don't make him burn out.
Gotcha. So he was checked out of the place in March of 2018. So it was just a few years ago.
Will.
Will, did you learn your lesson?
It still worked. Continue.
So I assume the doctor's not dead. Oh no. When I was looking him up, what I have found,
you
if he
haven't
had
found
died-
any
obituary.
obituaries for him, no.
I found 2 addresses for him: an apartment and also a house out on the
Is he a doctor?
outskirts. Yeah.
I feel like the house might be the better bet.
We want to start there?
Yeah.
Yeah, the apartment's probably just for his mistresses.
Wait, don't we need an appointment? We can't just show up at this. Should we call ahead something?
Do you forget who we are?
I assume he's retired.
I mean,
This man.
we're superheroes as well, but also we have some amount of respect for
That's true.
normal people. We don't just show up and be like,
Yeah,
"Hey,"
going straight Homelander.
just show up at somebody's house. I know I have some questionable methods, and I've done a lot of things I'm not proud of. But at the end of the day, I'm not showing up at a doctor's house and be like, "Tell me about break HIPAA rules and tell me about your former patients."
Fortress hears a voice in the back of his mind. We're rubbing off on them. Finally.
Okay.
That's not how that works.
I mean, if I start hearing demon voice, I'm gonna go down and just kill Mercy at that point.
When I looked
That
him
was the
up,
voices.
when I looked him up, did I see anything about like a current practice he has, like an office number, or does it look like he's retired?
You don't see any current business numbers for him.
Okay. Because I'm pretty sure he's not working at that.
Yeah. Doesn't look like he's updated his LinkedIn in a while.
Gotcha. So I don't think he's practicing.
Okay.
So I figured his door.
I mean, let's at least call. Let's have a call first, Shane,
Okay, go
and
ahead and
ask
call.
if we can come over and talk with him.
I hand Fortress his number.
I mean, this is your contact. You have all the information. You've given us very little information about what to go
No.
on.
No.
You're our
I
phone
don't
call.
want to call him.
Look,
You
I get
do.
phone anxiety. You know this.
Ah, come on. No one wants to role play with me.
No, I do. I want to push this off specifically on her though, because she makes a lot of phone calls.
But I did. Fine. I assume I found like a. Do I have to like look in Yellow Pages for a home phone number? Do
Not
I
in the
even
Yellow
have
Pages.
a phone number for him?
I'm sure with your available technology, you can call him.
That's just.
Here, Grav, go ahead and give me a science or technology roll. Just to see if you've prepped some science for this.
27.
27. Yeah. So you have a system where you can look up pretty easily.
There you go. All ready for you.
What's the number?
555
555
555
It's a character.
What? Game. Shane, what are you talking about? Who's playing a game? Shane, I don't understand that like arm motion that you just did at me.
Tell me Grab hasn't watched Friends.
Oh, Fringe. I've only seen it like, once or whatever.
Okay, so I call. What am I calling? Carl Wilson. Dr. Carl Wilson. Say, hold on. I haven't dialed yet.
Well, it's already called. you said call it.
I pressed the hang up button. What do you guys think I should? Oh, okay, yeah, okay. I call him.
All right. The line rings. And you hear a gentleman answer on the other end of the phone. Hello, this is Carl.
Hi, Dr. Wilson. My name is Shane Gallagher, and I am. Pause. Side note. That people know the Watchers, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Unpause. And I am with the Watchers, and I had some questions for you. I was wondering if I could come over and talk with you about one of your former patients at the Central Chicago, Illinois Mental Health Institute. His name is Christopher Pest.
Pest. Yes, I see. Well, you're a bit earlier than I was expecting you, but seems you're making good time. Yeah. Come on by.
Which residence would you be at currently?
The house.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, well, is now a good time?
Perfect.
Okay. Myself and some of my fellow watchers be by moment.
See you soon.
Bye. Hang on. And then we all just teleport into his living room. I'm kidding.
I mean, at least his front door.
Okay, guys, well, he's expecting us. It was weird. He said that I was
Yeah.
earlier than he was expecting.
Yeah, we
But-
heard that.
Oh, I didn't know I put this on speakerphone.
You don't know a lot of things, apparently.
Oh, snap.
Yikes.
Where's that, Shane? In my carpet?
Oh no, what happened?
Y'all didn't hear me?
No.
Oh, I mumbled, I know where your grandma is.
Oh no.
No, she's in the Roomba, I thought.
I don't. We'll say Well, yeah, no. Francois was tasked with cleaning it up
And ordering a
'Cause-
new urn.
because the Roomba cleaned it up, and then he gathered the ashes, and yeah.
Anywho, he's at his
Okay.
house. Are y'all ready?
Sure.
Yep.
Okay.
Blues could do, you can too. Blues could do to his house.
So you guys teleport. Pretty much, he's got sort of that like front walkway going through the middle of his front yard, like straight up to front door.
Mhm.
You guys teleport right on that front walkway, and he opens the door like right as you teleport.
Oh.
And
Oh, this is awkward.
you see a nicely dressed gentleman with sort of a hunch, like he's bent over quite a bit. And he kind of looks over at you, waves, says, "Come on in. We have a lot to talk about."
How did you know?
I'll explain everything in a minute.
Yeah, following him in.
And he walks on into his house and leaves the door open for you.
How nice of a house is it?
It's very, very nice. On the outside.
As we're going in, I'm gonna kind of whisper to amongst us, but mainly to Shane. Like, did it say anything about him having any kind of powers or anything like that?
That I remember unless something.
Because like that's some precognition. So like he knows stuff.
I mean, I did tell him we would be here momentarily.
Yeah, but he also didn't he know. Like it was still walking in. But didn't he say he knew we were coming soon?
Yeah, as you guys sort of walk in, get past the foyer, you start looking around, and like on the walls and pretty much everywhere, there's news articles and equations and random diagrams of geometric shapes. And across one entire wall of his living room, as you walk in and see him seated, there's a bunch of what look like lines all across his wall, and some are xed out, some are circled, some have checks next to them. And he has 3 chairs all seated around a small table with tea.
When I see
Yes.
all these equations that are on the wall, like, can I make out any of it on, seeing if I can put together what he was trying to figure out?
Yeah, give me a science check.
Brad, look at
Or
your
technology,
science eyes.
whichever one.
No, it's better than already. So, yeah, 18.
Yeah, you're looking about, and from what you can tell, he seems to be studying current events and trying to map them in real time.
Okay.
Hello, Dr. Jane, and this is
Fortress.
The Watcher. So yeah, this is Fortress and Grav.
It's wonderful to finally meet all three of you. So you're here about the Hess. I really wasn't expecting Charlie to become this much of a problem. But I guess I should probably start from the beginning.
Yes, please.
So, as you know, I was working as a doctor at the CCIMHI. We had a patient come in, nothing out of the ordinary, brain trauma. Christopher Hess. He had a lot of memory issues for quite some time. And then the awakening happened. I'm pretty sure he's the only one of our patients who is affected. But that night, man, everything changed. I'm fairly certain that the powers he gained are of a cosmic nature. Anything, it seems, that he believes just becomes. He, when we were working together, believed that I was much smarter than I ever was, and now I see things before they happen. I put patterns together perfectly. I've been trying to figure out what all of this means as he's gesturing around the room. But yeah, I'm
Orc magic.
not sure what else I can help you with other than a couple of addresses that you may be able to find Christopher in. But he may be the most powerful being on this planet. So be very, very careful.
So that's why he looks like a 7-year-old, because he believed that he was.
That's my best theory.
That makes sense with the brain damage then.
Did that
Down to a
happen?
child.
Did he change into his younger form while he was at the hospital or the mental institute, or did that happen after he left your care?
That happened that night of the awakening.
But how much do you know about his relationship with his brother, Charlie?
He always talked about his brother. They were apparently very close when they were kids. Obviously, Christopher didn't have any memories past a certain point, so to him, Charlie's his world. And it does seem that Charlie, seeing the younger version of his older brother, he seemed scared, but he cares for his brother. I could tell that.
Did he visit him often?
Yes. At least once a week, usually more.
Do you know anything about their...
I don't.
Well, no, I mean, you said that Charlie's the one that brought him in, right? Like Charlie brought Christopher in.
Yes.
Do you know what caused the brain damage? Was it an accident? Was
It was a car accident.
car accident? Okay.
I believe, from what I could gather from the police reports, Charlie had been driving, Christopher was in the passenger seat, and they were hit by an oncoming truck. Charlie, his side of the car was fine, but Christopher apparently sustained massive head injuries. They were in the hospital for a few weeks, and then Christopher was transferred over here.
Do you know
Anything he
who?
believes becomes real? I don't even know what we do
So,
about that.
You said he was the only one that was affected.
I believe so.
Now, with that kind of power that he got, how did y'all contain something like that?
Well, I, to my great shame, may have made a bracelet to dampen his powers until Charlie could take him. But it doesn't seem like dampening his powers reverted anything back. I was still very smart, and other changes that had happened were also still in effect. So I'm not entirely sure how to change things that have already happened.
Well, you said whatever he believes becomes real, right?
That's my theory.
That's how it seems. And well, you're very smart because of this. We can go off that. Like that seems like it would be true then. What if we got another bracelet that was made with whether or not this is, I mean, again, using some lies and deceit here, that was made by you that we just tell him it will make things go back to normal and help him. And if he believes it'll make things go back to normal, it'll fix everything.
The trick would be getting him to believe that.
Yes, that's going to be the hard part. But if he believes you made it and he believes you're smart, it might work.
Do you?
Grab your
Possible.
smart thoughts.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt. At least I don't think it would hurt.
To your knowledge, Dr. Wilson.
Could backfire. But
Sorry, I could. Oh, to your knowledge, Dr. Wilson, does does Christopher understand his power?
Not in the slightest.
Okay.
The
Do you
few days that we spent together before his brother took him and I decided to retire, seemed very confused, but almost jubilous over some of the things he was able to do.
Do you think Charlie will exploit this power?
Not in a malicious intent, I don't believe so. He did seem to care for his brother.
And last question. Oh, I remember. Why did Charlie get Christopher out of? Was there an event that happened? His file wasn't very clear about why.
A couple of the orderlies that Christopher didn't necessarily like started to become angry aggressive, violent, and one of them even tried to take the life of a patient. We were pretty sure that that had to have been caused by Christopher's fear of these two orderlies. So we thought it best to dampen his powers and have Charlie take him somewhere where he would be safe, as we're not equipped to handle something of that nature.
Did you suggest a place for Charlie to take Christopher?
I suggested that he go to the PCU. That's the only people I know of that can handle powered people, no offense.
None digging. Been called worse. Today. I'm assuming I've talked with Richard at some point, so that's what I'm saying today.
Yeah, I think you guys did talk to him.
We did, yeah.
Is what happened at the Institute to Christopher, is that known by others, or was it sort of kept hush hush?
Me and the head nurse and a few of the orderlies who witnessed the changes we all knew and have since retired or moved on to other career choices.
Now, is that from personal volition, or do you think that, like, maybe since he was leaving, he thought that you guys needed to leave too?
I'm no philosopher, my friend.
I'm just asking this man of science all these deep philosophy questions of what he believes and what Charlie might have believed or Christopher might have believed.
I see that you've got all of these current events up. How have you connected them to the Hess?
He looks over at the wall with all of the lines on it and he points and then stands up and walks over and connects his finger to the beginning of one line. And then he starts following it. He says, okay, Christopher Hest is released from our custody, taken in by his brother. A few months later, strange weapons appear in the streets of Chicago. Then reports of even stranger activity, inanimate objects becoming real, vehicles that seem to be moving on their own. They have advanced weapons. We have, let's see, crime families, multiple crime families moving into Chicago. The beginning of new eternity. This right here. And he points at this one like spot where several different lines on his wall converge. He's pointing at it. He says, New Eternity. That's Charlie Hest. Why did he create that? I still haven't figured it out.
Wait, Charlie created New Eternity.
Yes. And I don't know why. So he kind of tracked along these like different lines that sort of intersect. And it's basically all these timelines. And certain ones are crossed out. Like he went back and was like, nope, this one's not the right one. And he's gotten up to the present and it actually says the Watcher's Visit. And then there's a few other lines down.
So
But
that's
none
how
of
you
them
knew
have
we were
been like
coming.
marked or circled. There's just possibilities.
Hmm.
He says, yes, I've been able to figure out possibilities of the future. And I've sort of mapped them and I mark them as they happen. So as you can see, there's almost like a flow chart of just dots and lines that have been highlighted, and that's the actual timeline through all of these events that he's sort of followed. And he tracks it all the way to the end. He's like, right here, this was your phone call. This is you arriving. This right here is this conversation. And this is you leaving. And here we have all of these other options of what you're going to end up doing. I have no idea.
What is the worst outcome you could see with the Charlie and Christopher situation?
Fear. Christopher's fear, making you yourselves become the aggressive, rage-fueled machines that try to harm him and his brother. I feel like that would be one of the worst situations, having superheroes turn into supervillains.
Is there anything with a demon sword on there?
No demons, no.
So we haven't had interactions with him yet, unless Charlie has told him something. Because that maybe if Charlie's been telling him stories about at least Mercy, might explain a little what's going on with him. But I think that might be wholly unrelated. So we need to be very careful around him anyway, but even more so with our current predicament.
Yes.
Do you think?
And that's what I'm saying to the team, like trying to keep it somewhat hush hush that we have a very an unreliably mental stability of our team members.
Do you think that if we find a way to stop Christopher's power, do you think we can then stop Charlie and ever?
I think Charlie's pretty easy to stop overall. It's getting to Christopher is going to be the hard part.
I wonder if there's a way for I mean, not me, for someone, maybe Grav and Dr. Wilson together, working together, make something that will protect us from Christopher's powers.
I that is beyond me, my friend. I can dampen his powers, but I don't know how I'd create a shield against powers.
I think no matter what, this is going to take making him believe that we don't need him any harm. Really, we need to use his powers against him effectively. We need to make him believe, one, that we don't mean him any harm, two, that we can help him, and three, I think that we should make him believe what we're doing is right. As long as he believes in us, I think we can do it, but that's going to be the hard part.
Do you know what? And I might be able to look at myself, Dr. Wilson. You know what Christopher did before the accident? Like, job wise, did he have a family other than his brother?
Christopher, he did have a family, although after the accident, it seems they moved out west to be back with the mother's family, while Charlie took care of Christopher. Looks like they had to sell the family house and everything here in Chicago. So I'm not exactly sure where they are currently.
Did he have children?
I believe he had 2 kids.
What about Char? He ever married?
Divorced.
Hmm.
I wonder if we could.
No kids.
I look at Grav and just wonder if we could track down his ex-wife. She has some sort of sight on his behavior. No,
Charlie's ex-wife or Christopher's?
really both, I guess.
Yeah, I'd say both.
And that'll give us insight. 'Cause, I mean, the biggest thing again is finding out what Charlie wants and what Charlie's doing, and how to get Christopher on our side and believing that we're on his side.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds pretty clear that Charlie's one of his motivations is taking care of his brother. But I don't know what more sinister thoughts and ideas you have. I don't know his plans with eternity. Yeah. We need to find out something.
Yeah. Doc, what all information or like, contacts of these people do you have, if any of them?
Yeah, you said to begin with the dad.
Yes. I have one previous address for Charlie. That's the address that he listed when he checked Christopher in. And this is Christopher's old address, but like I said, he did sell his house. But maybe worth a checking. I don't know. And then he also puts together a couple other addresses. There's the Christopher's wife's parents' house out in Oregon, and then Charlie's ex actually still lives in Chicago. And he puts together her address for you guys as well.
Okay.
Yep. Appreciate that. Did you guys have any questions?
Not right now, but we may.
I think we're
keep in-
definitely gonna need to be in touch at some point.
Yeah, we will definitely keep in touch.
Do you have a piece of paper I could write down contact information?
I sure do. And he actually pulls out.
Don't we already have kind of information? Did we call him already?
No, I mean like write down our stuff.
Oh, ours, yeah.
He pulls out a small notebook from his vest pocket and a pen and hands it to you.
Okay. I write down the number 2. Does Treebeard have a number?
I'm sure he does.
Yeah, I'm very sure.
Yeah.
And then I write down my personal cell phone number.
I'm gonna kind of like, as an aside to like Mercy and Shane, like, should we have him maybe come talk with Carmen as well? Maybe he can help out some with that, helping collaborate research and figure out what's wrong with Mercy.
I mean, do you want to try to find out if he, if that goes in align with his expertise?
I mean, he seems to just be really smart at this point because Christopher believes he is.
Yeah, but
But
at the same time, he keeps denying that he isn't smart enough to make a bracelet to shield the powers.
We can talk about it and call him back. I hand the notebook back to him and say if you think of anything else or if something else happens, please give us a call.
Absolutely. Thank
By
you
the
so
way,
much.
one more thing before we leave. Can you just, whenever you get a chance, I'm assuming there's some kind of like email, fax, some kind of something in that as well, some digital way of getting in touch in what she's written down. Can you send us over if you have any files, schematics, or notes from the bracelet you built for Christopher? If you could send that to us so we can maybe look over what you did, maybe Grav can take those notes, spice it up even a little bit more, and maybe it'll give us at least a fighting chance.
He sort of like turns around looking at his timelines, opens the notebook, looks at what Shane has written, and grabs a red Sharpie that's tied up with some yarn on his wall and follows one of the lines from the point that he had just marked earlier. And he says, "Yeah, the box right behind you, Jack."
Oh, thank you.
And yeah, there's like a little like shoe box shaped box.
You
You
box.
like just at this point, Jazz, like Fortress is just like out of like words for like what is like how.
Yeah, he says in that box you'll find a bracelet, schematics, and a couple of neat ideas for you, but I'm sure Grab's smart enough to figure something out.
I think half the battle's gonna be getting him to believe that it's gonna do something. I also think at this point, from the way at least you're describing him, if we just come up with a hunk of metal, if he believes it works, it'll work.
Very true. Very true. At least from what I've theorized.
Oh, you're the expert here.
He could also think you're trying to put handcuffs on him.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, Bobby.
In which case, be him.
Uh-huh. Real quick, I lean over and I whisper into Fortress ear. I'm like, "How did he know your name was Jack?"
Yeah, I don't have. He literally has timelines and knew that I was going to ask for this box on one of his timelines. Like I thought this was going to take days to compile, and he had a shoebox for it. So like him knowing my name is Jack is not surprising at all, considering it's also public information.
Okay.
He knew we were coming. He
Well,
knew
I
we
knew
were coming
that,
down to the
and I
minute.
knew that he knew that you were Fortress, but I didn't know that he knew
I mean,
your actual
he-
name.
My name is Jack Fortress. That's my actual
Yeah,
name.
well, yeah, but most
Quite
people just call
literally
you
my
Fortress.
Yeah,
The only people I know that have called you Jack is the bad guys that you've been after.
Yeah, that's because they're very informal and kind of douchebags.
Most people will actually probably call him either Fortress or the Templar, which has become sort of a newer name, and that's why it's not caught on as much.
Yeah, and he's not like it's more of catching on because
Because
of
of the sword
superhero culture. Superhero culture. And he's like,
and
yeah,
superhero culture.
don't want to deal with this. Fortress is enough.
Okay, fellas. We ready to go?
Yep. Thank you again
Yeah.
for your time.
I look at Dr.
Dr.
Wilson.
Wilson.
I say, "Are we ready to go?"
Yeah, are we?
You're ready
Okay.
for now.
Thank you.
Is there a timeline we're not ready?
He looks up at the wall and it's like, there's a few.
Yeah.
Pop away.
We don't even walk back out the door. We just
He knows what we're doing at this point,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
there's no reason to act somewhat normal around him.
okay. Well, I assume we're back at.
You
Yeah.
are back. You are back.
Is Matt still alive?
Everyone is still alive. Everything's cool. Carmen is actually waiting downstairs by the little prison thingy.
I'm gonna hand off the shoebox to Grav and be like, well, I think this is really more useful for you more than anything.
Yes.
Again, though, I think most of the battle is gonna be just getting it in his head that it's gonna do what it says.
I take the box, and then on our way, I guess, down, I go and put this box in my room where it's safe.
Alright. Alrighty. Yeah, so you drop that off. You guys get down there. And as you arrive, Carmen is holding up basically it's a book, but it seems to be made of bamboo and rice paper. And she holds it up. She looks at you, Fortress, and she says, "We need to talk."
Did you find something?
I think I did. Let me come over here.
Are we all down there? Because I
Oh.
would like.
Yeah, are we not
Are you?
allowed? Is it just Fortress?
You're totally allowed.
Okay, yeah,
100%.
I'm down there
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, I'll follow with her. Yeah.
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 Okay. So, she asks you. So I'm gonna be frank with you, and I need you to be frank with me.
I thought you were.
All right, Frank.
Well, first, can I see your sword?
Sure.
Just
Kind of hold out his hand, pops into existence in his hand, and passes it over.
as it pops into existence into your hand, you see it's actually sort of got a nice shine to it, almost like a glow that
Hmm.
maybe it's got a little bit more luster to it than it has had in previous times. She says, "Oh, I don't need to touch it. I just needed to look at it." She pulls out a rosary and dangles it over the blade.
Okay.
And then she looks at you and says, "Touch your friend with your sword."
Are we sure that's a good idea after what happened earlier?
I think so.
So I'll go. So I'm assuming she means Mercy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll go over like with the flat of the blade and like kind of press it against him, against I guess his exposed chest since he's laying out,
Yeah.
usually
As
shirtless.
your blade sort of touches his chest, you see a small amount of sizzle before you both disappear.
What?
And that's
Oh,
the end of
no.
the session.
What?
Oh,
What?
no.
Grav, where'd they go? Is Carmen still there? Or did
And
she go
Carmen's
too?
still there. Yeah.
Carmen, what did you do?
What?
I think I fixed it.
Like getting rid of him?
I
Just
mean,
wait.
we could do without Mercy, but we need Fortress.
Cold.
Dang.
Cold blood.
Oh.
Well, dang.
Well, we have to duke it out in the Thunderdome, Cody. 2 men in or 1 man
Well,
leaves.
Sorry, Cody, that you didn't
Poor
actually
Cody's been
really do
AFK
much.
all session.
Yeah, no. I've been listening in this whole section.
Well, not
I'm just
AFK, but like
I've been sitting here and I've been like, am I ever coming back? Are
Hey,
they,
you could have worked on your
Are they
assignment that you were supposed to do, apparently.
Yeah. I'm sitting here, I'm like, is this how they get rid of Mercy right here? Does Lindsay's dream finally come true? I mean,
Instead of
That's
touching
it,
his chest, I
guys.
just stab it through his neck.
We have to convince Christopher that we don't
Oh.
need
Oh my gosh.
Mercy. And poof, he's gone.
Oh no.